Yo, yo. Two trades today. Finished, well, say finished the day, but it's only an hour and a half into the trading day. um, but yeah, currently $130 down, which is okay. Nothing too crazy. Obviously not ideal, especially because I was up a couple of $100. So the first trade was CING, CING, so recent reverse split, which I didn't realize it had split. It just popped up on my scan today. I caught this really early. It popped up on my scan. I checked the daily chart and saw that it was a reverse split and got in on the first pullback. So my entry was like 264, which is like amazing. I'm really happy with that. I played small size because, yeah, I lacked a little bit of conviction. Even though I could see it was a reverse split, it all happened so quickly um, that I didn't want to, I didn't want to risk playing anything, sizable. Had I had a couple more minutes to really assess the situation, I I would have played more size, and if I'd realised, yeah, this is a reverse split, sort of got a clearer grasp of the macro, and yeah, that would have increased my conviction. Once I had entered here, um, again, because my conviction wasn't huge, because I didn't really acknowledge the macro, I sold it all in here, so I missed this whole move. Made a couple of $100, but yeah, definitely didn't take the meat of the move there. Again, had I sort of realised what was going on with the macro a bit more clearly, and it held three, I should have been adding here. It's okay that I took small size to enter, but then I did have an extra couple of minutes to sort of reassess the situation, and if I had done that, I'd have had found that this would have been a potential ad spot for me. I didn't do that because I was sort of caught up in the level two, and yeah, it was just all a bit hectic, really. Still, a couple $100 on that one. The other trade was ELWS. This one, so I came in today to trade this with a little bit too much conviction, I would say, because it reminded me of GLLN yesterday, which had this great third day surge, and so in my head, I was like, yeah, it's going to do it today. I had a very clear plan though. My plan was to play this more aggressively in terms of size, and when I sell, compared to GNLN yesterday. But I was only to play more size if I got the optimal entry. So what I was hoping for was a pull pre-market here down towards this level, because that was going to be the level that I risked off. However, when we didn't get that, and it started to push in the morning here, retest this high, FOMO started to kick in. So I started to add here and then cut when it failed, and then when this should have been my ad spot here. This should have been my initial entry here, but it wasn't. I was entering here, exiting here, getting a little bit chopped up, and then when it did this, I was kind of just a little bit down on a position, like a small position, so I just wanted to cut for even. So I was sort of played that pretty badly, to be honest with you. When the market opened, I got back in. I think I had a 450 average. The problem is that I was playing like full size for me. Now, I was happy. The setup does warrant it in terms of how it's set up for a third day surge, but I could only warrant playing full size if the risk reward is optimal. And optimal risk reward for me is if it had pulled to this level, either pre-market or when the market opened. And it didn't do that, so I shouldn't be taking full size here, because I'm not I can no longer use this as my risk level. So I started having 450s to cut half, and then lower day to cut the other half, and it's just not the I'm choosing risk levels that can be broken and the trade still work. So I'm risking getting shaken out, and it's just all round not good trading and breaking my plan. So as it happened, when it did break 450, it happened too quickly. I couldn't cut half, and then it broke lower day. I couldn't cut half. I can't remember where I sold. Down here, I think, about 4, and ended up taking about $300 loss ish, slightly more. I think 330. I'm not sure. Ended up down on the day 130. Here, what it's doing now, testing, sort of perhaps double bottoming or testing this support area here. I'm choosing not to re-enter, one because I've took a couple hours on it, and it's better for me just to leave it alone now, psychologically. But two, I'm not trading it because it kind of had a failed third green day. That's how it looks at this moment in time. However, I much prefer an entry now than where I was entering, because the risk reward's better, and if it does hold and grind back up, then it does open, it does sort of lend itself to a potential squeeze. I'm just watching the level 2 now to see if it's breaking or if it's holding. But yeah, like I say, I'm not going to trade it because it has had what looks to be a failed third day surge, and I kind of wanted this pull first thing in the morning, and then to grind back rather than a fail and then a drop. So yeah, I'm leaving it alone. So down 130 on the day, nothing too crazy, not ideal, but lessons for me there. In terms of ELWS, the main lesson there is to check yourself when you get FOMO, and remember my plan, and you only take max size when the risk reward is at its best. So, and I didn't do that, and this was a reminder of why that needs to be done. In terms of what was the other one? CING. The lesson there for me to remember is, I did get in early. Entry's great, but then you got to chill and remember what's going on with the macro, because the macro is what dictates sort of everything really, and the macro is a reverse split pump. They PR'd today, and they split a few days ago, so this is likely going to have more legs than the 20% or whatever that I sold it for. Cool. That's it for this morning. Cheers.